When vacancy rates are very low and prices sky high, how do you help refugees adjust to life in Canada in those first few critical months?
One local group is trying to fill the gap and help keep new refugees out of the shelter system.
Our Steph Keys is being granted exclusive access tonight to Stepstone House. Steph.
Graham, right now the mayor is here taking a tour, and that's because the councillor for the area was so impressed with this operation over these last 6 months. He told Jim Watson this is a must-see. You're greeted by a welcome home sign as soon as you walk through the doors.
The idea here is what we call a home-style shelter. Okay. It's a home.
More than walls and a roof.
The meals are prepared communally.
The message becomes a firm foundation of comfort for those seeking asylum on Canadian soil, especially when unlocking the trauma of the past can be so painful.
It's been hard for me, but I'm surviving.
Asad Chandio was originally from Pakistan. Now 23 years old, he and his family had to leave when he was 18 and says it wasn't safe for them to stay. The family is scattered, moving around for the better part of 5 years.
I've also visited Middle East, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and then a few cities in the United States, for example, Chicago, New York, Georgia, Houston, Dallas, Austin, all of those in Texas, and then here, Montreal and Ottawa now.
The business student says he is still hurt by not being approved to stay in the U.S. when other members of his family were.
I was expecting to, get approved, get a visa or anything so I could continue my education, but for some reason I wasn't allowed to do that by the government, which still bothers me because I gave everything to that country. They told me to, leave the country, and I could not go back to my country because of the safety issues and reasons.
His sister, who has an MBA, is here, but living in a women's-only house rented by Stepstone not too far away. Right now, we're nowhere near either house. We've been asked not to disclose the specific locations due to privacy and security concerns. Even trying to bring up why they had to flee in the first place brings discomfort to their voices and water to their eyes.
It's hard to tell you right now because I'm trying to settle in. I don't want to talk about my experience there.
Maria Kasiri arrived from Uganda in October and lives in the other Stepstone house with Assad's sister.
We are family now. They are friends, they are family.
Combined, the homes have several rooms with 24 beds, and the goal is to transition newcomers into their own place within 3 months.
Here, they feel safe.
The pastor shepherding the initiative came to Canada as a refugee himself decades ago.
I challenged the church I pastored. I said, we are all immigrants here. Most of us came here as refugees. This is probably the least we can do to give back.
Still, a name like Stepstone may not truly capture the deep labor of love, taking steps to help those in dire need.
Thank you so much. That's all I want to say.
Right now, we're joined live by Pastor Joseph, Councillor Keith Eglai, and Mayor Jim Watson. Pastor Joseph, we'll start with you. What's your message to homeowners who may be watching and may have a home this size that they can rent it to refugees? What do you want to reinforce right now?
Refugees are people just like us. As the mayor and the councillor have seen, they are using this facility. They have kept this facility wonderful, beautiful, and they're enjoying just the hospitality and the welcome that we have given them, and by allowing them to use this space, as opposed to being in a regular homeless shelter.
Yeah, and Councillor, what had impressed you so much about this operation, so much so that you felt the need to make sure the mayor saw what was going on here?
Well, I think it's a real sense of community. Pastor Joseph, we worked together on other projects. He came forward, he said, I've got this idea and I think it could work. And we've seen a few months in now at the 2 locations, it's working extremely well. The community is very accepting of the people who've moved in. We're seeing success with the people who are coming in and finding other places to live, finding work. It's been a lot of good community work.
Yeah, definitely. It's a transitional situation. Mr. Mayor, give us your first impressions.
Well, I know why Keith was so enthusiastic about me coming to visit. This is the pastor and his congregation working with neighbors and community leaders and helping some people who have literally just come off an airplane from a faraway land, and it gives them that sense of home and stability and compassion and love. So it's a great model, and I'm very, very impressed with it.
All right. Well, we want to thank you all for your time. I know you have some more that you need to see. Thank you so much. If you're watching and want to donate or even support Stepstone House, feel free to visit their website, stepstonehouse.ca. Patricia.
An incredible project. All right, CTV's Stefan Keys with that exclusive tour for us tonight. Thanks so much.